What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Steven and welcome to my review of the Inkcase Plus. Now the Inkcase Plus is a second multifunctional screen for your Android smartphone. So this doesn't work on the iPhone, maybe in the future, but currently not. And it connects over Bluetooth to your smartphone. And basically you can display several important information or ebooks or anything else on this little screen. And the Inkcase Plus is a successfully founded project on Kickstarter because it's a pretty nice idea. And they showed some very awesome things in their trailer, like you can navigate on that ink screen without using the screen of your smartphone. And that means less draining of your battery, because if you have a big smartphone like the Galaxy Note, then the screen drains the most of the power. And I think that's a pretty cool idea. Also, there were some other ideas, like you can read ebooks, you can remote control your smartphone, like for selfies or something. So you can really do a lot of things, and I think that's a pretty nice device for developers. Now, unfortunately, this device is a little bit expensive, so it retails for something like $100. They don't know the final price right now, but on Kickstarter they said something like $100. But yeah, I'm not sure, maybe the price will change, I have no idea. But yeah, $100 is a little bit expensive for this, because there is no case included. In order to use it with a case on your smartphone like the Galaxy S5, Galaxy Note 3 or something, you need to have the fit case. I'm currently waiting for my fit cases to arrive, so I currently only have the Inkcase Plus, and today we're going to see if they really held the promise. Okay guys, so let me quickly show you what you can find inside of the package of the Inkcase Plus. Now you can see here two boxes, so two ink cases, and I will give away one to you guys in the next video. Now first of all, here's a quick starter guide. You should have a look at this because it explains everything pretty well. And you have to install several applications, so have a look at this first because it's a little bit confusing. Now this one here comes in English, also with a lot of pictures, so it's very easy to use. So first of all, have a look at the quick starter guide. Then there's a warranty card or something, so you can also see here the number of the customer service. And basically you just have to fill this out if there's a problem with the device. Now let's have a look at the device. So basically all you get for the price is the ink screen and a charging cable. And it comes in the box you can see here on the right side. Now first of all, let's have a look at this USB charging cable. And I have to say, this one looks very thick, even thicker than the charging cable from my smartphone. Looks like pretty nice quality. And it's a standard micro USB charging cable, so you can connect this one here to your computer, to a wall charger, or whatever device has a USB port. Okay, and here we got the ink screen. And now I would say, let's go outside and let's have a quick look here at the ink screen so you can see it in natural lighting. Okay guys, so here you can see the screen, and it's already on, so this is how it looks. It's called an ink screen. The resolution is 360 x 600 pixels, which is 200 dots per inch. So not the best resolution, but this device consumes almost no power, and it comes with reading times like 19 hours. And I have to say the battery lifetime on this thing is awesome. Because it was in the package for 1 week, I've played around with it and I've never charged it, so that looks really good. Now let's have a look here at the screen, and we have here several buttons at the bottom, so you can switch here through the pages. And it's very nice to read, it's just like an ebook reader. And the resolution is okay, so if the pictures are big enough, then it also looks good here on this ink screen. Then the body here is made out of plastic, so plastic all the way. And it feels pretty solid and it's very thin. But it has to be thin because this is going to be attached to your smartphone. The backside here says OAxis, so that's the producer, and Inkcase Plus is this model here. As you can see, it is very thin, so just something like 4 or 5 millimeters. And that's pretty cool. Here at the bottom we have several connectors, so a 3-pin connector, I think that's maybe for the case. And here the USB port, so that's the micro USB port to charge the ink screen. And that's it. That's the whole device. And now I would say, let's go inside and let's have a closer look at it and let's see how it performs. So let's go. Now I've got here the Inkcase Plus, and on the right side I have my smartphone, the Cubot X9. And first of all, your smartphone should run at least Android 4.0, but it's better to run KitKat. And also it must support Bluetooth, otherwise you can't connect to the ink screen. Now let me show you how to change the picture, because there was some strange picture on my ink screen which I took before. And here we have the companion, which is the main application, but there are also some other applications, and Many others are in development right now. Here we have InCase Photo, Companion, InCase Sports, and the Epi Reader, which is a PDF or ebook reader. First of all, the Companion is the main application to control the ink screen. Here you can connect to the ink screen over Bluetooth. Basically, you could also do that in the Android settings. Now you go to the Connection tab in the left bottom corner, and here we'll see Inkcase. If you can't see it, you have to go to Search, and then it says Discovery, and then it should see your Inkcase. But the Inkcase has to be on in order to find it. Okay, then here we have the InCase Plus, so it's now a paired device, and you can rename it if you want to do this. Now the next step is applications. So here you can see the applications which are supported by the InCase and which are installed on the smartphone or which you can download. And here we have the Epi Reader Photo and some other applications, but they are not in the Play Store right now. So there are still many apps in development, also the GPS application, I guess. And here we have the Data Manager, so basically this shows how much data is sent to your InCase. And yeah, that's everything you can check out here. Then here we also got settings. If you go here in the right top corner to that little dots, there you can find the settings in the Companion. And basically what you can set here is you can limit the transfer if you want to. You can set the default image size, so the basic settings, but also the notifications. And this is the most important thing, because this is one of the main features of the ink screen, to show your notifications on the ink screen, and you don't have to turn on the screen of your smartphone. And I think that's pretty cool. And here in the notification settings, you can basically set all the applications you want to display on the ink screen. So for instance, if you want to see notifications from Facebook on the ink screen, just tick it. And you can basically do this with every application. So I have to say this works perfectly well. And yeah, here we have InCase Data Manager again. So basically that's everything in the Companion. Then now let's have a look at the next application, which is the InCase Photo application. Now as you can see, I have a very awful background picture here on my ink screen. So you can change this to every picture, but you just have to convert it and send it to the ink screen. And you can do this with the InCase Photo application. And you can see this is the picture which I have made with my smartphone, and this is how it looks on the ink screen. So it's a little bit blurry and the resolution is not the best, but yeah, it's just an ink screen and not an LCD. Then let's go back here to retake. So basically I can take now here a photo. You can just take a photo of everything you want to, so everything can be converted. And there are also some effects, as you can see, grayscale and this comic style here. So basically with this application you can capture a live photo or just pick one from your gallery. Then it will be converted, and you can also choose here what you want to display on your InCase. You can apply several effects, you can rotate it, you can add frames, and then this will be the background or wallpaper on your InCase. Okay, so let's say I want to use this. So I can apply several effects here, then I can go to preview to just have a look at it, or send it to the InCase Plus. Okay, so as you can see, there's a new wallpaper on the home screen of the InCase Plus. So basically that's the home screen and the wallpaper. And you can also switch here between the pages with the buttons at the bottom. And this looks pretty good. Then we can go back here to retake if you want to take another photo, or let me just show you how to pick photos here from the gallery. So let's just say I want to pick an old photo here from the gallery. You can do this. So this is from my internal memory of the smartphone. And we can convert it here to some effects and then send it to the InCase. Now the InCase comes with 32 megabytes of integrated memory, which is really not much. I just thought it comes with more, and you can also copy stuff on the InCase. But I've connected it to the computer and it didn't pop up, so I'm really not sure if you can copy anything to it. But I will find it out until I get my fit case and present you the full review. Okay, so we're now here in the InCase Sports application. And this is pretty cool because this is some of the main features too. For instance, if you do a workout like running or walking or whatever, the InCase can display some important information like the calories you have burned, the distance you did run, duration, pace. And this application works with GPS. So your smartphone should support GPS in order to work correctly, because there is no pedometer or something. So without GPS it just displays the time. So make sure your smartphone supports GPS. Here in the settings you can also set yourself a profile like male, female, birthday, height, weight. Then also the transmission rate can be set here. But that's just a problem. If you go under 2 seconds, it's not possible anymore, because the delay is at least 2 seconds. So 1 second is not possible and it just refreshes every 2 seconds. So let's just try this. I will now go here to start. Then for some reason it opens up some Chinese application. I have no idea. But this pops up in the background, and here you can see, so it just refreshes every 2 seconds because there's a delay by sending data over Bluetooth, and this takes some time. So maybe with some tweaks it will be possible in the future. But right now it just works with a 2 seconds delay. And yeah, I can't test it right now because you can see this works only with GPS, and I would have to go outside. And I don't have a case right now, but when my fit case arrives, I will just take my bike for a ride, and then you can see how it works. But yeah, as you can see, it also works when the screen is off, and that's the best thing because now my smartphone almost drains no battery. Okay, then now let's have a look at the last application which is available right now, and it's the Appy Reader. So for now you can only find 4 applications in the Google Play Store. Maybe there's some more on the Inkscreen website. But yeah, let's just have a look at this PDF reader because this is also one of the most important features. If you open up a PDF which you can copy to your smartphone from your computer, or you can download it from some PDF store, then you can choose here if you want to read it on the Inkcase. If you do this, it will send the PDF to the Inkcase, so I guess that's why you need the memory on the Inkcase, so you cannot copy stuff onto it except sending something from your smartphone. Then you can see the PDF here on the ink screen. But I have to say, it's very hard to read anything if the font is small. And the font is very small on the document. And have a look at this. I mean, I can read something. I'm 24, but for instance, if you have eye problems and you have 40 or something, then I think it's very hard to read anything on that. But if the font is big enough, like ebooks, they usually have a bigger font, then you should also be able to read an ebook here on the ink screen, even though the screen size is very small. So a bigger screen would be better. And also for the price of that thing, you can almost get an ebook reader, so think about that. But I have to say you can use this as a second screen with Inkcase, so that's also a good thing because you have 2 devices actually in one case. Okay, then let's have a look at the next feature. So basically you can choose here read on device, and you can use the Inkcase as a remote control. This doesn't only work in this PDF reader, so this actually works everywhere. You can control music, you can take selfies, but this is everything in development. So expect more applications very soon. Then now here you can see how this remote control thingy works. So you can see I can go here with the buttons of the Inkcase through the pages on the smartphone. And I'm pretty sure that there will also be an application to control your camera or any other application very soon on the App Store. But for now, there are just those 4 applications on the App Store, but there will be some new applications on the Inkcase website. Okay, yeah, so that was the PDF reader, and now let's see how this call thing and the notification thing works. Then now let me give you a quick demonstration on how it looks like when there's an incoming call. So now I will call my smartphone, and this should be displayed on the ink screen. And now you have the choice to answer the call on the ink screen, hang up the call on the ink screen, to activate the speaker or mute it. But just ending the call on the ink screen is not working, but just see for yourself. So this is how it works. Hello? Test, test, test. Now the call function worked pretty well. So you can hang up the call on the Inkcase, but it doesn't hang up the call on the smartphone. I have no clue why, maybe just a software bug. But let's have a look at the notifications, which are pretty awesome. The refresh rate is here 2 seconds too, so you can see 1 second refresh rate is somehow not possible. And yeah, it's downloading here something from the Google Play Store, and you can see here in lifetime how many seconds left. And you will also be able to see all notifications which you set up in the companion application on the screen of the Inkcase. And I think that's the most important feature, but I also really like the feature where you can use GPS on the thing without using the display of your smartphone. So basically then your smartphone is just a GPS receiver and the display is the Inkcase. But yeah, the resolution is not that good, so I'm really curious on how it will look. But I will try to get my hands on the GPS application. I have no clue how it works right now. I've just checked it out, but I haven't found the GPS application. But yeah, this is still in development, so I will do an updated video soon. So just stay tuned, guys. Okay guys, we're now at the end of this first hands-on review video. And I've got this one from First Grabber, so check it out. They also have a YouTube channel with a nice trailer of this device here. So feel free to check it out, link is down below. This is also on Kickstarter, but I think the project is closed right now. I'm not sure when it will be on sale, but the price will be something around $100, which I personally think is almost too much. With the case, something like $140. But yeah, it depends on the smartphone. The case is not available for all devices. And unfortunately, it doesn't work with iPhones, so Android only. But anyway, a very nice idea. The device could be thinner. It's 5mm thick. And there's also a battery in there, so yeah, 5mm is okay. But if it's in the case, you know, it makes your smartphone at least 5mm bigger plus the case. And yeah, pretty nice idea. I hope there's a huge community which develops applications soon. And I really enjoyed testing this, so stay tuned for the giveaway. Giveaway will be online in the next days or next week. So just stay tuned if you're interested, and see you again in my next videos. Bye bye guys.